Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. I think it's time we make this video because I believe the Lakers probably, just my opinion, have made the biggest off-season mistake they probably made in the last 5-10 years, to be quite honest with you, by getting Russell Westbrook. When I said it then, when they acquired Russell Westbrook, a lot of people didn't pay attention to that. They thought, oh, this guy is just hating. Forgetting the fact that I was a huge Laker fan. I used to support Kobe Bryant. He's my favorite player of all time. And I was looking at this team and I said, okay, wait a minute. You have LeBron, you have Anthony Davis. You had a team that was able to win an NBA championship. And then you had to go out there and make a move because I believe the Lakers totally overreacted to what the Brooklyn Nets were doing. And they went out there and got Russell Westbrook. I thought it would never work. We did videos on this. I said it would never work. From a basketball standpoint, I didn't see how this makes sense. So anyway, yesterday, I was recently listening to a VladTV interview with John Salley. Now, we've done some videos with Vlad and John Salley together because he usually goes there. And when he goes to VladTV, he usually talks about basketball. Vlad usually asks him some questions. He usually makes some predictions, some basketball predictions and all of these different things. So he went up there and they were talking about basketball. And in this one particular segment, Russell Westbrook was the topic item. He was the main discussion in this particular episode, right? And John Salley said some things that totally blew me away, right? He made some comments and I was just sitting here like, what? So before we go too far, what I want to do is we want to play for you exactly what the exchange was between him and Vlad, and then we'll get into our own analysis.
My point is this with Russell Westbrook, is that this is not just a nobody that's trolling to get attention because he wants to do a Fashion Nova ad, because that's the only way he's going to make some money. Right? This is top 10 in the NBA. Top 5?
Yes.
Top 5 in the NBA. An absolute beast on the court.
Right.
No one questions his stature in this game.
Now, in that soundbite, okay, a lot was said. So here we go. First of all, let me just say this quickly, right? Vlad is not a basketball person. At times, he tries to talk about basketball, but it's clear as day that Vlad doesn't know anything about basketball, really. He's into like hip hop news, news and that type of, that type of thing. That's really his thing. So I'm not going to get on him for saying that Russell Westbrook is killing the league or he's a top 10 or top 5 player. I'm not going to get on him for that. But John Salley is a former NBA player who has been coached by Phil Jackson, played with the bad boy Detroit Pistons. He played with, the Lakers. He played with the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, who he calls Black Jesus or whatever it is. So he's an NBA player, and him co-signing what Vlad had to say to me is totally unforgivable. That is totally unforgivable. When did Russell Westbrook become a top 5 or top 10 player in the NBA? First of all, what I want to do is I'm going to read off a list of players that are better than Russell Westbrook right now as we speak. Let me read off the list. You have LeBron, you have Kawhi, you have KD, you have PG, you have AD, you have Nikola Jokic, you have Luka, you have Joel Embiid, you have Damian Lillard. James Harden is better than Russell Westbrook. Of course, you have Giannis Antetokounmpo, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving is better than Russell Westbrook. Kyrie Irving just finished averaging a 50, 40, 90 season. If that doesn't say anything, I don't know what will. He is better than Russell Westbrook, and Kyrie Irving didn't even make it to the 75 team, the 75th NBA team. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, Kyrie Irving, Donovan Mitchell is better than Russell Westbrook. Klay Thompson is better than Russell Westbrook. Chris Paul, Trae Young, Jamal Murray, Zion Williamson, Karl Anthony Towns. All of these players I just listed to you are better than Russell Westbrook. I just named 20 players in the NBA currently that are better than Russell Westbrook. And I think that Vlad's comments and John Salley co-signing him, I think it is part of the reason the Lakers find themselves in the mess that they currently are in right now. What I think is happening is that the Lakers bought into the Russell Westbrook hype and triple doubles. That's what I think is happening. His reputation precedes him, and he has this fantastic reputation of averaging triple doubles that you don't really pay attention and really scrutinize his numbers. Because when you get into the deep numbers, right, and when you start to scrutinize some of his numbers, you'll realize that Russell Westbrook is a horrendous player if we're talking about from an efficiency standpoint. And I know that sounds like, you just say Russell Westbrook is an horrendous player. Don't you know how hard he plays? Let's get into the numbers for a second, and let's remove the emotions out of this for 1 second, okay? Hopefully when GMs are looking at players that they bring in, hopefully they're not making emotional decisions. Hopefully they're making level-headed, logical decisions, and they're actually paying attention to the stat sheet before they just go out there and sign a guy. Let me give you Russell Westbrook's stats in the 4 games with the Lakers in the preseason, and then we're going to get into the regular season. Okay, in the preseason, Russell Westbrook shot 35% from the field. That right there alone should tell you where things were headed. And I want you guys to just think about this for a second. Russell Westbrook's field goal shooting percentage in the preseason has been dropping over the last 4 years. In 2017, 2018, he shot 53% from the field. 2019, he shot 40.4. Last year, he shot 40, and now he's shooting 35% from the field. In the preseason, he shot 36% from the three. Okay, he shot 60% from the free throw line, and he was averaging, how many points per game was he averaging? 9.5 points per game. Okay, people say, oh, just the pre, and he had like 150 million turnovers in the preseason. We get into the regular season where these games matter because people say, oh, there's a preseason. The preseason, take it easy, man. It's not a big deal. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now we're in the regular season. In the regular season, in 2 games with the Los Angeles Lakers in 35 minutes. It's not like as if he's not getting any minutes. In 35 minutes, and he's attempting 14 field goals a game. This brother is shooting 35.7%. Let me be nice. He's shooting 36% from the field. That is abysmal. That is an abysmal field goal percentage from the field from a point guard. 35%. My question is, why is he on the floor if he's shooting so terribly? Number one, his 3-point shooting percentage is 0. Westbrook is shooting 0% from the 3. Some people are like, why does that even matter? The reason it matters is because it means the Lakers have no spacing. When LeBron is forced to be your number 1 3-point shooter, you're in trouble. And they got this guy in the starting lineup. I said they need to get him. He needs to come off the bench. That's number 2, right? And to add insult to injury, right? To just throw some elbows on you, he's averaging 11.5 points per game. Son is shooting 37.5% from the free throw line. What more do I have to say? 37.5% from the free throw line. Are you kidding me? He's shooting 30% worse this season than he did last season. And oh, by the way, he's getting you 4 turnovers. This guy is a walking nightmare for the Lakers. He's a walking nightmare, and I don't understand how people are talking about this guy's a top 5. In what world? When did Russell Westbrook enter the top 5 in the NBA? Are you kidding me? What are we discussing at this point right now? And people are feeling like as if this guy's going to help them do. He's not going to help them do a damn thing, in my personal opinion. And I was floored when John Salley co-signed that nonsense talking about, oh, he's a top 5. How? When did that happen? So these are my thoughts on this situation. I like John Salley, some of the things that he said, but this is by far his worst basketball take of all time. And anybody that agrees with him, you just need to sit down, listen to this video again, and go look at those numbers and get your box of tissues ready because them tears is going to be falling down your cheeks, especially if you're a Laker fan. I don't see it. These are my thoughts and opinions on this. What I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about everything I just said in this video? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.